What's up? I'm travel photographer Brendan Vanson of brendansadventures.com, and I'm here in Huanchaco, Peru. So I've actually been sick for the past week plus, which is why there wasn't a video from southern Ecuador or northern Peru. We were in Mancora, just because I've been recovering and traveling, and that's always tough. But I've made it to Huanchaco, and this is a pretty cool tourism destination. You've got the beach, which isn't exactly fantastic, but there are these fishermen that ride these reed boats that they call caballitos, and they're like little horses out on the waves, and it's quite cool. And you've got a pier, and it's quite nice itself, the town of Huanchaco, although maybe a little bit desolate feeling. But the main reason people come here is also the Chan Chan ruins. So we're gonna check out the caballitos, the people on the beach, the pier, and we're also gonna head to the Chan Chan ruins in this episode. Now in town there's also another set of ruins called the Huaca la Luna. I don't have time on this trip to go to Huaca la Luna. I've been before about 6 or 7 times. So I'm gonna skip that, but we will go to Chan Chan, and right now we're gonna go maybe shoot some portraits and explore down the beach a little bit, so let's go do that. So it's day 2 here in Huanchaco, and I'm gonna go check out the Chan Chan ruins. I've been there a ton of times before, but I've never photographed it. It's middle of the day, you can't really do a lot other than middle of the day shooting there, but it's a beautiful place no matter what. So we're gonna catch the local bus and head that way and, you know, shoot some images casually. Let's go. Buenas. So I'm now inside the area of Chan Chan. I got the bus to drop me off at the entrance road, and then now I'm just gonna hike in because I'm too cheap to pay for a taxi. And I could use a good little walk. I'm getting a little bit fat. All that American food back in the States made me a little bit chubby. I apologize, there's probably wind noise. It's super windy right now, and I'm trying to block it with my fingers. I have an external mic coming for the GoPro pretty soon. It should be there next week, so you won't have to deal with this wind noise anymore, I promise, really soon. So anyways, like I said, I'm in the Chan Chan ruins area, and you can obviously see some walls behind me that are restored. But what you can't tell is that this whole area was once the city. This whole giant area, this massive section of land on the coast of Peru here was all one city. So anywhere you see in the field behind me, there's rocks piled or a little berm of land that was once a house or a wall or something like that. The absolute scope and scale of the Chan Chan ruins is just mind-blowing. I mean, it is the largest Adobe city in history, and it's right next to the ocean, which is the craziest part. Right now in the background, I can actually hear the waves lapping against the shore, which is, it's absolutely nuts when you think about the fact that that's coming from just there when you're in a place desolate and barren and deserty, just like this. Absolutely crazy. You can see one of the restored walls now right behind me there. We're gonna go inside, check things out. I'll walk you around, show you some of the carvings and some of the restored areas, because quite a bit is restored. And yeah, let's do it. So the coolest thing for me about the Chan Chan ruins are all the carvings. And the carvings are not only beautiful, but they mean something. They have historical value. Of course, archaeologists just believe that everything has historical meaning. So let me turn you around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So on this wall down at the bottom, as you can probably see my shadow pointing you towards them, there's the pelicans. Those are pelicans. These lines are perhaps just decoration, perhaps they mean sand. And then you have these up and down design, which apparently explains or means waves. Within those waves, you've got fish. And one of the interesting things about this particular design in this particular part of Chan Chan is you look, the entire wall from there to here, all the fish are going from right to left. If we follow this long wall along, you get to this point here that's very distinctly cut off with another wall, another entrance, and you've got the fish now going from left to right. Now, what archaeologists believe that means is that the locals knew that there was two different currents at work. You've got the southern current coming from Antarctica and you've got the northern current coming from the tropics, and that's a warm water current. These melding of currents mean an extreme abundance of fish activity, of wealth in the seas. And though the people here right in Chan Chan might have been living in desolate areas with, you know, harsh environment and harsh climate and not a lot of water, right out there you can hear the waves breaking behind me. There's an absolute abundance of wealth in fish life for them to draw from. So very cool. Let's keep exploring here. So as beautiful as the Chan Chan ruins can be to look at, and the designs can be interesting, for a photographer it's an absolute nightmare. You've got like giant pillars. It looks like a construction site. You've got pillars and tin roofs and everything. And I understand it protects everything. It's necessary to preserve the history. And I'll take the sacrifice as a photographer to preserve that history. But it is frustrating because it looks like a really cool place. And it would probably photograph really well if there wasn't, you know, these weird houses everywhere. But as it is, it's a tough place to photograph. Really beautiful, beautiful place to visit though. And I'm glad I came back, even if I didn't get a single shot I like. Anyways, people, that's it for this show here at the Chan Chan ruins and Huanchaco, Peru. I'm off to Lima next, and from there my photo tour starts. There's gonna be a massive video from that photo tour because I'm just gonna be too busy working to do like separate videos every day. So look for like a massive, as I say massive 32 times in this video, a massive video from Peru, from that photo workshop, that 14-day tour. And remember that if you want to join me on one of my photography workshops, I've got one announced and still booking for July in both Peru and Bolivia. You're gonna see some cool stuff. Machu Picchu, Lake Titicaca, the Salar de Uyuni. It's gonna be an absolute awesome trip. So join me there, and if you don't, be sure to subscribe to the channel to see virtually. I'll see you later. Peace.